Hi y'all, today I'm going to be making bean soup. This says it's Cajun 16 bean soup mix, but you can also get the hursts ham beans. It's like 15 beans, whatever. And it comes with the flavor packet, and so does the hursts ham beans. You want to take that flavor packet out and basically just throw it away. And what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take and sort through these beans and make sure that they don't have any stones or anything like that. And I'm going to be using a 12-quart pot, and I'm going to fill it with water and cover the beans and give them a boil, and then I'm going to rinse them, and I'll repeat that process a couple of times. So just hang in there and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm going to be making 15, or in this case 16 bean soup. And as you can see here, I have the beans. They're dry beans, of course, and I have them covered with a couple of inches of water, and I'm going to bring them to a boil, and then I'm going to drain them and rinse them off, and then I'm going to bring them to a boil again. And as I said earlier, this flavor packet right here, that's just going to go in the garbage. The same thing would be if I had the Hursts ham beans, which is also, they're also colored like this. They look the same. This is just the Kroger brand, and that's really the only difference. So these flavor packets that come with the beans are completely useless. Just throw those away. And stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, as you can see, I have brought them to a boil, and the water is kind of a dark brownish color, and that's the reason I'm going to be draining them and rinsing them off and putting them back in the pot with fresh water. It's to keep the broth nice and clear. So hold on, I'll be right back. Okay, this is the second boil, and as you can see, there is kind of a dark brown color to the water, and I want to get rid of that as much as I can. So I'm going to rinse these and put them in the pot to boil again. And when I do this, I'm also going to rinse the pan out completely, because as you can see, there's kind of like this little, I don't know, well, it just got foggy, kind of a little scum around the pan. I want to get rid of that too. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, I've rinsed them and covered them with water after rinsing the pan also, and I'm going to bring them to a boil for a third time. Then they will be rinsed again, the pot will be rinsed again, and then I'll start to put the whole thing together. So stay tuned. The beans are boiling. They're on their third boil now. I'm going to show you some of the other ingredients you're going to need. You're going to need 1 diced sweet onion, okay, 6 pieces of bacon, okay. You're going to need the juice from a whole lime or lemon, whichever you prefer. I just prefer lime. Okay, a tablespoon of garlic. Okay, a teaspoon of chili powder. Okay, and a can of diced tomatoes. This is a 14-ounce can. Okay, you're going to want to drain and rinse these before adding them to the pot. And a can of diced tomatoes. And peas and carrots, those are going to need to be drained and rinsed as well. And so stay tuned and I'll be right back. Now it's after the third boil, so this is going to be going into the final steps. I have drained them and rinsed them and returned them to the pot, and they are going to, I have drained them and rinsed them again after the third boil. Going into the final stages here, I have returned them to the pot after rinsing the pot, and covered them with 12 cups of water, and I'm going to chop 6 pieces of bacon, and I'm going to add that to the water, and going to bring this to a boil, and I'm going to leave it on medium-high heat to get it to a boil, and then I'm going to start to simmer, and so stay tuned, I'll be right back. Okay, now the beans are tender, and I'm going to add the peas, the carrots, and the potatoes. And then a can of tomatoes. And 1 diced onion. And a tablespoon of garlic. I just use the jar type. And a teaspoon of chili powder, and the juice of 1 lime. And then after the onions are tender, I'm going to add salt to taste, and I'm going to be very sparing with that because some people don't like a lot of salt, and so I'm just going to put a minimal amount, and I kind of let people salt their own food because, like I said, everybody has a different threshold for salt. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay, the beans are done. As you can see, this looks really pretty. It has all your vegetables, the carrots, the peas, the potatoes, onions, there's garlic, there's bacon, and the seasonings, and I added 2 tablespoons of sea salt. Okay, it's very important that it's sea salt because regular salt is going to have that iodine flavor, okay, because there's iodine added, and I don't know if you can taste the difference, but I can, and so that's why I like to use sea salt. And some people might want to add like a tablespoon of black pepper or something like that, but anyway, I think it's really pretty, and this is how it looks. I love this soup, and I think you will too. I hope you try it, and I hope that you like it. The only thing now is the cornbread, and I'm going to slice some onions and tomatoes and put those on the side. So stay tuned, be right back. Okay, now it's time to make cornbread. I've taken a tablespoon of lard and placed it in this pan, spread it all around. That's to help the cornbread not stick. This is a red copper pan, and it's probably like a 9-inch. And I have a beaten egg. That's 1 beaten large egg. Okay, I have 2 cups of this White Lily buttermilk cornbread mix. And I just find that this makes a really good cornbread. This is my favorite, so that's why I use it. And I have 1 1/4 cup of milk. I have 1/4 cup of oil, 2 tablespoons of dark brown sugar. Now, I'm not liking this cornbread people are making now that tastes like cake, and so that's why I'm only using 2 tablespoons. Mostly it helps to add color to the cornbread, and it gives it a very, very, very slightly sweet flavor. Not overwhelming, not like cake, and so that's why I'm using 2 tablespoons only. So I'm first going to, sorry about that, I'm going to add the egg to the milk, okay, because we want to keep our wet ingredients together. Okay, that's going to help for even distribution, okay. And then I'm going to add the sugar. Okay, I'm going to put that in here. Okay, and I'm going to give all this a stir. And the oil. And once I get all of these ingredients combined, I'm just going to mix it with the flour, pour it in the pan, and I already have my oven preheating at 400. Now, do the directions say 425, I believe, or 450, but my oven, for some reason, I don't know, it just runs hotter, so I'm going to stay with 400. So stay tuned, and I'll be right back. All the ingredients mixed and poured into the baking dish, or I'm sorry, it's kind of like a cake pan, I guess. And I'm going to pop it in the oven, okay, and I'm going to check it in 10 minutes, and then probably like every 2 or 3 minutes after that. So there she goes, right in the center of the oven, on the center rack, in the middle of the rack. So stay tuned, be right back. After 12 minutes, I have a beautiful, nice little cornbread. It's nice and golden brown, not that burnt on the bottom stuff that's made in an iron skillet. Sorry, never did care for that. So stay tuned, I'll be right back. I put the cake pan with the cornbread in it on top of a plate. Then I put another plate on top, and I did a little flip. So right now the cornbread is upside down. I'll put a plate on top of it and flip it again so that it'll be right side up. But all nice and pretty on the plate there. I'm going to slice it up and serve it with some soup beans that I made earlier and some tomato slices and onion slices. Okay, and this is what cornbread should be. You see how pretty that is on the bottom and on the sides? It's not burnt, it's just a nice golden brown. And you have that nice little texture there. Okay, it's really pretty, and it's just slightly golden brown on top, and it's going to taste delicious. Here I've separated the pieces, okay, and I've leaned them up against the edge of the plate. Okay, this lets them breathe underneath. That's going to keep it from getting too sweaty and falling apart. And I'm just going to leave it here for about 10 minutes before serving. I'll put some butter in a bowl so that it can soften, because Your butter needs to be nice and soft for the cornbread. You don't want to go tearing up that pretty cornbread with hard butter, right? And here it is. You have the nice soup beans, sliced onion, tomato, and buttered cornbread. It's all ready to go. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Bye-bye.